Hey, boy.
Hey.
There we go. What's doing?
We're going.
Huh?
Huh?
Say, where are we going?
Is that Ritz crackers?
Yeah, they're good as fuck.
Are they name brand?
Yes.
You gonna
They're
eat the
all
whole
but.
thing?
Well, it's only like, 8 or 9.
About
13.
400 calories.
For this little, I don't know. I'd have to look at the box. The fuck does it matter? So I watched your video and I thought, well, God damn it, now I've got to do one.
Well, that's what Sarah said that exact thing. She's like, Aaron's gonna watch this and he's gonna want to do one now.
So yeah, I did one and I wrote a script for it and it's all of us. We're all in it.
Oh.
You know what? I'm just gonna read it to you. I'm gonna read it. And I think what's really gonna make this work is the what's really gonna make this work is the puppet. I don't have them made, but
Making puppets sucks ass, man. I hated
well,
it.
I can tell by looking at yours. It looks like something a fucking 5th grader did.
You like the scientist?
People are saying he's racist.
Who said that?
Somebody, Daniel, have you not been reading the text messages?
I guess I'm not getting them.
You're getting them.
Is it between
Anyway.
you three?
Story starts out with Shane on a video chat with me. Shane's puppet has a neck that is loose, so his head's all over the place. He starts out by talking about his cat scaring him during masturbation, and then John and Daniel join the call. It starts off like this. So I was beaten off in a closet the other day at my house. Wait, why do I want to know about you beaten off? And why were you in a closet? Are you just going to zoom past that? We need to break that down. Well, I got Roger running around and shit. I can't have him coming in my room. Anyway, so I was doing what I was doing when I was about to finish, and one of the damn cats shoots their paw under the door and scratches at my foot. It scared the shit out of me, and I shouted, "Meh!" And Sarah's parents heard it because they live upstairs. God damn, Shane, you just couldn't help yourself, could you? Oh, wait, it looks like we got Daniel coming in. Hey, boy. Hey. Hey, boy, looks like you got a little something over there. What are you drinking tonight? Oh, it's this new drink called Who You. Boy, it's good as shit. I might try that one day, but probably not. And here comes Jay Pizzo on the Lizzle. The Lizzle? Hey, hold up. Got to put the kid out of here real quick. Boy. Better take care of that baby. That's Daniel. Daniel, damn it, Daniel. I got another jalapeno burger, Daniel. And guess what, Daniel? Daniel, they forgot my jalapenos again, Daniel. Daniel, 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 Daniel. They forgot the jalapenos, Daniel. Well, boy, that's what you get for not tipping. Nobody cares about that shit, John. Listen to what happened to me today. Shane, if you're going to tell the story of you punishing your unit in a closet again, I'm going to go out of my mind. Well, what do you want me to talk about, boy? Harry Potter? Afghanistan? Oh, wait, I got it. We're going to talk about old video games. Okay, everybody, be quiet so Aaron can talk about some shit we don't care about anymore. Go ahead, Aaron. The floor is all yours. Shane says with exaggerated neck and head movements. Aaron leads the call. Damn, Aaron's always got to be so sensitive. Fucking crybaby. He did that shit when we were kids, too.
Damn it, boy. Yeah, the puppets are what's going to sell it.
So, yeah, I gotta make the puppets. So what I came up with the idea was with so one for you, it's going to be something where I have a rod, some sort of plastic tube, and on top of that is going to be the head. And that way, inside of the puppet body, I'm able to move the head around in a circular fashion.
Yeah.
And then with John, he's going to be all eyebrows and hair. And then with Daniel, he's going to be all big eyes and a round face, which he's not fat anymore. But, it's just the memory I have of him is his head's really big. And then with me, I'm not going to have a puppet for me. It's just going to be me. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about it's just the puppet, man. It's such a pain in the ass to build those damn things. I was thinking, yeah, let me try to get something to get the lips to move, and I was like, oh fuck.
Almost spit the shit out, man.
Man, I'm not in a fucking contest or something. I mean, it is a contest, but shit, man.
Yeah, there ain't no prize money or some shit.
I mean, I could have conned Sarah into making some for me, but
Yeah, she just didn't want to.
yeah, she just didn't want to.
That's fair.
She definitely wouldn't have wanted to do what I done. I don't know if I could have gotten that.
Why did you have to make the scientist black? Why was he that black? Why was
I'm
he
trying to be progressive? That's all.
Why was he black construction paper?
That's all I had.
You could make a trip to Office Depot or Home Depot or Hobby Lobby. I mean, all those places have materials. You could have fucking bought $20 worth of shit.
I thought he turned out good. You can tell he's a scientist.
You could tell. At first, I thought he was an orderly at a mental hospital. I was like, God damn, man, he's going to make me sound crazy. He's going to make me sound like I need to be institutionalized.
Nope. He's a scientist. Dr. Voltron.
That's what kind of like, God damn it, man. I saw that and thought, what the fuck? Optimus Voltron? What the fuck is this?
It was garbage. What do you think it was? My goal is to make the shittiest puppet show I could possibly fucking do.
Well, I mean, it was funny. It was funny. It did its job.
Sarah was mad that the images were like in the middle of the screen, so you couldn't see the puppets. And I was like, I don't know if you really need to see those damn puppets all the way through. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was wondering what y'all thought about it. I'd seen a couple responses, and Daniel said it was funny, but I didn't know if anybody had really liked it.
One of Daniel's friends said, it's in the text message.
So I don't have it.
Yeah, he's like, Shane's video is low key kind of racist. I don't know how they came across that. Maybe it's because I don't see it because I'm white. I don't know, but that's what the comment was. So I mean, you didn't talk with an ethnic accent. You didn't talk with broken English, and so it was just an educated man that just happened to be black.
The pitch black.
That might be it. We're not fucking crayon black, goddammit. We're shades of black.
God.
Just like white people are shades of peach, not fucking.
Yeah, that's the fucked up part. Like I have white construction paper, but I didn't make a white guy.
God dang it, man! So everybody else is going to be late. Is your resolution happening tonight, or
No, I've been dropping the ball on it. I'm supposed to be writing up the letter, and I fucking
you're going to write up the letter?
Well, I mean, yeah.
What? Then it's not. It doesn't have legal weight unless you get it notarized.
We were going to do the procedures.
Oh my God. Shane, what did I say? I said this was going to happen, and you're making it happen. You don't need to make it happen.
I wanted to have resolution. I'm working on it. It's hard to get this shit set up. The man can't fucking hear. It's hard to get it. It's hard to get it set up. You know.
Gabriel translate.
I gotta have Gabriel. Hey, Gabriel on Skype, and then he's got to have Michael there, And then we got to have legal paperwork.
Michael's gonna be sitting in the back on a couch, not actually saying or doing anything. He's just gonna be there, and Gabriel's gonna be looking at him and then looking at the camera, and then looking at him, looking at the camera, wearing himself out.
Well, I can tell the podcast will start off. It'll be pure anarchy. Everybody will be talking and laughing. Nobody's gonna be able to hear shit, and people that listen in are gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then once it starts, Michael's gonna be like, "It's fucked up, John." And but the sad thing is like John hasn't even done a video yet. Daniel's done all the videos, but John's getting the one. John's the one that's getting all the heat.
And he's just leaving all of his rage for John.
Because all John did was make one shitty sock puppet. Just put sock puppet. Now Daniel's the one that went out and got these fucking nice looking puppets that actually look like little Muppet characters. And it was what they can kind of like. I think he like takes it. He goes, "Who are you?" And then the fucking Ghost of Future Past is like all there up in his face. Hey John, or no, it's Hey John. I'm the Ghost of Future Past.
It'd have been funny if you had the fucking puppets like right next to each other.
Yeah. Daniel said that part on mine was funny when he said it looked like the wind had kicked up and one of my puppets started going over to the other one and was like slapping him in the face and shit.
I didn't know what that was.
Just me being fucking lazy and not wanting to take it out.
Damn it, man. Damn it.
Yeah, I wasn't going, for high quality shit.
Yeah.
If I wanted to do a high quality thing like that, I could do stop motion with my action figures or something if I wanted to do something like that. But
you tried that, dude. And you got 3 scenes with Iceman.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I've done some new ones since then. I've done some since then are a lot better. It's so time consuming, man. It takes for fucking ever to do. You just got to take a picture, and then the problem is if you move things, you fuck it all up. Like if you hit the camera, if the camera falls,
it has to be consistent throughout the entire.
You have to have a remote clicker, but you also have to have enough room to move the figures around in front of the camera. So it just gets. You really need like a table in the floor so you can get on the back side of the table and fix them. But
you need a set. You need a scene is what you need.
Walking is hard. Doing the walk, you really have to cheat on walking. You have to do it like from the chest up. You can't do seeing the figures take steps doesn't really work very well because.
Well, if you could isolate that image and just loop the image of them moving their feet, because that's what they do with cartoons. With cartoons, whenever a character is running, they just reuse the image of that character running. They just change the background, and then they even loop that so that they're. It looks like they're running, but they're really not fucking going anywhere.
Yeah, once you get it, it's not so bad. It's just the fact of getting it, man. You're looking at just to get that, 30, 40 some odd pictures. It just fucking sucks, man. There's no fun. That's why Robot Chicken, that's why their skits are so short. The shit sucks. They get tired of fucking working on that.
Yep, that and what's that other TV show? South Park.
Oh, well, I thought those were just drawings.
No, they're cutouts that they have to.
Those are real cutouts?
Well, they started out as cutouts and they moved away from it.
I never watched that show. That's one I missed out on.
You ain't missing much.
I couldn't get the animation. Just looked so low key to me. I was like, this seems like something.
Yeah, that's not the selling point of the story of the show. It's the cultural references that they do. Like they did one with imaginary friends. This is when I stopped watching it. You getting up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Shit.
I'm not going to keep talking until you sit down. So they did this one episode where they had all these imaginary friends on, Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and then they had Jesus Christ. And I was like, fuck y'all. I'm not going to watch this shit.
But they didn't. Did they have Allah on there or Muhammad or something like that? Didn't they have a?
They did Scientology, and that's when one of their characters left the show. He's like, "I belong to Scientology, and if you're gonna make fun of my institution, then I'm not gonna be a part of your series." And they said, "Okay, goodbye." He quit.
Yeah, but I thought
I mean,
weren't they going to do like a Muhammad one, but then they didn't because they got death threats or something.
I don't know. I don't know.
You're not supposed to draw Muhammad.
Yeah, that and I mean, if there's any other indications of how bad that gets, I mean, you got to look at France. They had this journalist, or not journalist, this company in France that produced Muhammad kissing a man, and they ended up getting attacked. Like they set off explosives there.
There was a rally in Dallas a while back, years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. But it was called Everybody Draw Muhammad Day.
Yeah.
You're supposed to, like, it was an art gallery with Muhammad. But I probably shouldn't be talking shit about Muhammad. Most of our international listeners are from Algeria, so I'll get pissed.
Sympathies, international sympathies. Man, I'm not about to be implicated in no fucking scandal.
Well, for all the listeners in Algeria, we're just fucking around. We don't mean this shit. We're not.
You know what? I should get you one of my shirts and see what happens.
Even though I'm pretty sure in Sunday school they had this banner like all the world religions, and the one for Islam had Muhammad, like it was a drawing of him. Or no, I think it was in our history book. Somewhere I saw it as a kid that it was an image. It was either in the history book or at Sunday school.
I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. Well, are John and Daniel going to be on tonight or no?
Yeah, John's running late. Daniel's probably fucking passed out. They've fucked around with his work schedule, so it's hard for him to get on.
So he's not going to be on much anymore?
No, I mean, he still will be on. It's just...
Well, you want me to get Matthew?
No, we're good.
Why not?
Does he want to be on?
Yeah.
Does he listen?
No, he just gets on.
No, it's all right.
I don't listen.
Well,
you like having Matthew on the show.
Yeah, every now and then, man, but not as a regular.
He don't got to be a regular. He's going to be an alternate, like I said.
He's already been on more than most of the guests. The only one that's got him beat is Ed.
Regular. We're regulars, and even I'm not on all the time.
I think. Well, next week we're going to do the resolution. I'm going to get that set up. I'm going to really work on it. I couldn't get it done this week. There's just too much shit going on at work, and I'm not going to type up that damn form at work or at home, so I'd have to do it at work. And I never had an opening to do it. So maybe
I bet you John's already forgot about it anyway.
He doesn't even know what I was talking about. So as long as he doesn't know, whatever.
Yep. That's kind of what I was pointing at to the other day, is that it's so inconsequential to him that he doesn't even bother remembering it.
Apparently it's fucking earth shattering down there in Navarro County. Apparently it's fucking causing some problems. Well, that's all hearsay. I'm just getting that shit secondhand. I'm not actually in it.
You're getting it from the horse's mouth. The one that's complaining the most. The chief complainant.
You gonna go watch that Ad Astra movie?
You know, I was just reading something about that. They say people that worked for NASA, or one guy that worked for NASA, said that it sets the new standards. So I just might.
You think we'll ever get to? You think we'll get to Mars?
Yeah. I'll probably be an old man by the time that happens. But
what will you say when it happens?
Woo!
And then just go back your fucking day.
I mean, I'm not going out there. I'll be too fucking old.
You go take a dump on the toilet. What if they get it where it's streamlined, where people can just chill out there?
Oh, I don't think that'll happen while we're alive. I think it'll kind of be like The Martian, where they got to set up greenhouses, and
it really depends on what they find. If they ever find something we can use, like I think they said that the moon has a bunch of rare earth elements, like the stuff that we use for our cell phones.
Oh,
so if you
lithium and nickel, I don't know.
Yeah, shit like that. Yeah. So, you know,
is that something you want to do?
Go to Mars? Well, not with little kids. Too dangerous.
No, I mean, like you said, if they streamlined it, like you go out there and you can.
Yeah, once I get older and the kids are like grown up and stuff, then I'd go that way, just in case something happens. Because I mean, it's fucking Mars.
Right. Yeah, they don't have to. Yeah, they can already be in college or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, your fucking dad died on his way to Mars the other day. It's like, oh, that's too bad.
Well, hopefully they're a little bit more shook up about it than that.
He got caught in the fucking vacuum and it sucked him right out into space.
Got caught up in the crossfire. Crossfire.
What did Jacob say when Austin said that?
He said, "I'm sorry, my brother's an idiot." We were playing Call of Duty for 6 hours straight, and when we finally realized what time it was, Jacob said, "Oh, that's probably why Cassie just came in here and bitched at me and then ran off because I've been playing this for 6 hours."
Austin's actually doing something with himself. His music career is taking another turn. He just put out a digital album, I think. I don't think he's got like a physical album, but he's put his music out there again, working with somebody new.
When we were first playing, they were giving me shit because whenever the round would start, I'd unload my clip just because I wanted to. And they were like, yeah, unload your lip at the start clip at every round, or the magazine. You unload your magazine every round. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll stop doing that. And then as the game, at first I was getting killed like left and right. I was sucking. And then finally by the end of it, I was actually, rising up on the scoreboard. And one of them I was number one. And Austin's like, wow, Shane, did somebody else come in and start playing for you? And I'm like, no, motherfucker, it's me. I had to learn how to play the fucking game. It's the first time I played it. Shit.
Then why'd you play it though?
I don't know. Something to do, I guess.
Yeah.
It's weird. You got this technology, online play, and I barely ever fucking use it.
Yeah, I've noticed that because I've tried to get you to play games with me, and you don't want to play online.
What game? You're wanting to play StarCraft, the old one.
No, before that. Before that, I tried to join you in different games, and you were playing shit like the horror movie Stalker game where you're a different killer every time.
Jason, that's a good one.
Well, that's all I ever saw you play, and then if you were playing something, you were playing single player, and I'm like, well, shit, man, he ain't gonna want
to. Friday the 13th is probably the most multiplayer game that I've ever played.
Yeah, and I didn't have that. All the other games I had Soul Calibur 6.
I got that right now.
But you didn't want to play me at it, is what I was saying.
Well, you got it on PC. I got it on Xbox.
I had it on Xbox.
Oh, what happened to your? What happened to your Xbox?
Oh, you remember, don't you?
Stolen.
I thought you legitimately forgot. I was like, no, you remember. Somebody fucking came in the house and stole it. Yeah. And the fucking report I filed never went anywhere.
What do you do all day, man? What do you fucking do?
Well, aside from looking for work, I've been writing. I've got a story about. I think you might like this one, maybe because you did something similar. This is just the premise of the story. I haven't really gotten into the meat and potatoes. It's the year 2045. In an alternate reality, superheroes exist. They are a recent phenomenon emerging only in the last 18 years. As the human condition sprouts new and deadly viruses and diseases, the inverse also becomes true. People display incredible feats unheard of before, saving works of fiction, flight, superhuman strength, telekinesis, impenetrable skin, and waves of other superpowers, quote unquote, emerge across the globe. The world is shocked to witness dreams become reality. At first, these rarities are met with reverence and respect, held in awe, and given deference. They are welcomed into society as champions as they place themselves in harm's way, resolving international conflicts and saving the lives of the unfortunates caught in nature's wrath. As they grow in fame and fortune, the criminal aspect of these modern champions steps into the limelight. To meet these heroes, villains arise with equally astonishing powers, blah, 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 blah. So what happened, what I was explaining there is that heroes came into light and then villains came and met them. And the conflicts got so bad that the heroes had to kind of win at any cost. And the collateral damage forced governments around the world to kind of say, hey, we're not going to let this go and become, an epidemic anymore. We're going to get this in check. And what they decide to do, they resolve to identify and contain any and all new superhumans that arise. The moment a supervillain is identified, they are eliminated with impunity. Those willing to turn themselves in are placed in government protection, their old lives erased and replaced with new ones. Monitored closely by national authorities, these heroes of old live retired quiet lives, hanging up their alter egos and dissolving any responsibility to save humanity from crisis. but there's one guy that hasn't given it up. He wants to still do it. So he takes on, a role in his local city of, I think it says Chicago. He starts becoming a vigilante, and he does it pretty quietly without getting picked up by like national news agencies so that people can't, identify him. And he goes into, protective custody like everybody else. He still wants to do the superhero thing, but eventually he gets caught because everybody's always watching. There's always a camera somewhere. So he gets, pressured to retire, and he eventually does. And so a couple of years pass, and he's still hanging on to the dream, and he gets contacted to go to a banquet in D.C., and it's going to be a reunion of supers. So it's asking all these hidden superhumans to come and meet up in one spot in Washington, D.C., and it's this famous and wealthy power couple that's hosting it, and they're going to give a speech, and all this other shit happens. He goes, and he starts making friends with people that are there. Mr. and Mrs. Necessary revealed themselves to be the benefactors for this whole thing. Well, what they wanted to do was they wanted to get all the superheroes in one spot that they knew were out there, but couldn't find. And when they showed up, they killed them all, except for a few. And the super villains that were actually in hiding came to light and started doing all that dirty work to kill all those heroes. Well, Mark Wheaton is the name of the character. He escapes with a handful of others. And so they've got to fight back against the villains who have stepped back onto the stage. And after all this time of being in the shadows, they step back up into the light again. And so now the world's facing another epidemic of heroes and villains, except this time the villains have a huge upper hand.
Yeah, that's a common theme in superheroes. You kind of see it first in The Dark Knight Returns. Batman goes into retirement, but then crime goes on a rampage. Superman's the only superhero that the government allows to function, but he has to do it solely as a government agent. And then, Batman finally gets tired of the crime, so he comes back. There's another one where it's Superman that goes into retirement. And so all the other old heroes hang it up. And the new heroes that come in are more like the Punisher. They're more like vigilantes. And so they kill the villains. And people seem to like that better because, they're tired of getting killed. But then Superman shows back up and says, no, we don't kill. We're better than that. And that was in Kingdom Come. And
I remember that.
In The Watchmen, that was, they were superheroes, but they weren't really superheroes. They were just people that could fight really good and had colorful costumes. But the government outlawed them. Huh?
You had Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan, Ozymandias, to a degree, had abilities, but not, that's it. And Ozymandias, or Dr. Manhattan, could do whatever the fuck he wanted. The laws did not apply. Yeah. But he just played along to get along. And then what you were telling me mostly remind me of was The Incredibles. That one is pretty close to it. The main guy, they used to be a superhero like couple, him and the woman, the stretch woman, and then the government, banned it because of all the collateral damage. And then they give them like aliases, alter egos, and set them up in this program. And of course, he wants to get back into it. But the reason why he gets back into it, though, is a supervillain is wanting to kill all the heroes, so he's luring them to this island to try to get them to reactivate, and he just kills them.
I remember that. I saw one, and I watched two not too long ago, and I actually thought number 2 was pretty good. Yeah.
So that's a common theme to, that the government's had enough. Civil War was about that. Civil War was about the government saying,
everybody's got to sign them.
Yeah, the Sokovia Accords. In the comic book, what brought that on was there's a superhero team called the
The Thunderbirds or Thunderbolts?
No, you might be right. No, it wasn't the Thunderbolts.
Oh, Thunderbolts.
It was another team that were just low level guys. Had like Sunspot, Night Thrasher. Low level guys. And anyways, they were going after this guy who his power is he's a nuclear bomb. He explodes. And they were going to hunt him down, and he didn't want to get captured, so he exploded. And it ended up killing the whole school nearby. So all these, kids and teachers died. Well, that's what prompted the government to do the Superhero Registration Act. And
I understand his power was like it's a one and done. I blow up and I'm dead, and that's
it. No, he survives, but nobody else does.
Oh, it's like when he's in Kingdom Come when they split the atom and it killed all those people.
Yeah, and he
Who was it that cut him? Somebody cut him open.
Yeah, it was shit. I got that comic book up here. I think
you told me to read it.
They were just fighting him enough. There was a version of in the Justice League comic book where Shining Knight, his sword went back over his head and he accidentally cut him. But no, he cut Firestorm. And then like Shazam looks at him and he's like, what do I do? And Shazam's like, fly. But he has to go up into the atmosphere and detonate. That one, he didn't kill anybody like in Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come, he destroyed all of Kansas. So.
Fucking Daniel. Yep.
What are you doing for Halloween?
I think the week before Halloween, I'm going to see Jamie, but
oh, she's gone, huh? She's down there in Corpus?
No, she's down there in Corpus. The week before Halloween, I'm going to go and see her, but the week of Halloween, I don't know.
Does she like it down there?
She's having problems with her mom, man. Her mom's like on her ass all the time. She said she feels like she can't do nothing right out there.
Well, what's she fucking up?
I don't know. I'm not there. I don't fucking know.
What do you know?
That her and her mom don't get along very well.
Oh.
Or at all, really.
What's her mom think about you?
She hasn't really said, but I mean, she hasn't disapproved of me, so.
Well, I guess that's good.
Yeah. Her dad's the one that's more respectable out of the two. But they do a lot with the community. Her mom's the chief of the EMS volunteer system down in their county, and her dad works.
Nueces County?
What?
Nueces?
Yeah. And her mom does all kinds of stuff with like volunteer firefighting and EMS work. She goes to meetings, and she was involved with reporting that highway robbery, roadside robbery that was going on down there. I told you about it.
Yeah.
I still don't know if they've caught that guy or not, or it was actually a couple of guys that were running around hijacking people for their shit, and they shot at a fire truck and even at a judge. The judge was lucky that he got it without getting extra shot. Yeah, they were. Pew, pew.
What'd you think about that? I know we rarely get into politics on here. What'd you think when Beto said, "We will take your guns, we will take your AR-15s"?
No, that's okay. So I read about that on the internet that was taken out of context, and that I posted something on Facebook about it. There's just no real truth to it. There's trying to get something to that scope and that magnitude to be done. It just can't be done.
Wait, but did he not say that he was going to take, like he would sign some type of executive order to remove all AR-15s or something like that? Isn't that what he said? We will take
something along those lines, but it wasn't exactly we're going to take all your AR-15s. No, that's not.
Well, I know physically it would be an insurmountable task, but they really want that damn assault weapon ban.
Yeah. And a lot of people do. And I'm not the type of person to say, "Oh, you banned assault weapons." I'm more like, well, you can use it to hunt and you can use it for personal defense, but there are plenty of other options out there. If you want to use an SKS, you can use an SKS. If you get a 7.62 caliber or 308 caliber for that one, that's even better caliber than a 5.56 or 223 caliber rifle. Right. So I'm really not all that hurt about it. I like AR models. I like M4 models. I've trained with them. I went overseas with them. I thought they were really reliable weapons. But there's better shit out there. So I don't understand.
If you kind of knew your stuff and you had like access to a 3D printer, you could modify a normal rifle and make it look like an AR-15, and it would have the same functionality.
Yeah, and then there's links posted, all over the internet about you can print bump stocks. You can print firing pin. Well, I don't think you can print firing pins, but you can print various components to a rifle through a 3D printer. And, it won't be carbon polymer, but it'll still be serviceable.
It goes back to the same old shit that we had to deal with in school, man. It's like I'm watching like the first grade explode into real life. Like the one the one bad kid ruins it for fucking everybody.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what it is.
the teacher doesn't know who said it. The teacher doesn't know who was being loud. They don't know who was being fucking disruptive. They may have an idea, but they really don't fucking know. So everybody's going to have to suffer. Everybody's got
Yep.
to do a pop quiz.
Yep.
And it's the same principle here because they don't know what to do. And I mean, it's different because it's ramped up like 1,000 times and, you know, children are dying. So I get the need to feel to do something, but I haven't seen them propose any legislation or bills that would actually stop mass school shootings. It
Right.
may
That's
stop inner city violence. It may stop that, but
yeah.
nothing that will stop school shootings.
And that's the flip side of the whole, don't take our guns thing is that if they take the guns and you're like, well, we passed the legislation, no more ARs, they're going to find something else to replace it with, something that may potentially even be more deadly. You go
Yeah,
with ARs because they're more readily accessible.
I think I'd read somewhere online that knife kills in like the UK are fucking off the charts.
Oh yeah, stabbings, because with stabbings, and that's something that I'm a very big proponent of. Yes, you should always carry. Yes, you should always carry, but you should also carry a knife because, in my opinion, guns are for show. Knives are so you know. If I pull a fucking knife on you, I'm not shooting. I'm not stabbing you to wound you. I'm not stabbing you to get you off of me. If I pull a knife on you, I'm gonna fucking kill you. That's just it. With
You,
a
you actually
pistol.
you actually pulled a knife on me. You actually
And
did.
I pull a knife on other people too. But it's
You didn't kill them.
with a rifle. When you shoot somebody with a rifle, you can hit them in the foot. You can shoot them in the stomach, or you can subdue them in all kinds of ways without stabbing them. But when you stab somebody, yeah, it fucking hurts, but you can keep on going. And I'm not gonna just do that. I'm just not gonna poke you. All right, stop. I'll stab you again. No, I'm gonna fucking kill you. So anyway, so with pistols, yes, you should always carry because there's some fights that a knife can't win, like when someone else has a fucking gun. But when it comes to
Oh, you gotta block it with like super fast.
bing 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 bing, some John Wick shit. Yeah.
Cut the bullet in half. Some Mythbusters try to cut a sword in fucking half with a bullet or something, or billet in half with a sword or some shit.
I know. I watched John Wick 3, man, and that movie was fucking brutal.
Yeah, it's just headshot after headshot. It's how many ways can we shoot you in the head?
Or like
Why,
that
why
and the
what's
horses.
with it's like he's almost doing the gangster thing with the gun. Like he's
No,
almost
so
flipping to the side. Like he's
there's
got here, but then he just he turns it.
yeah, there's a new school of thought when it comes to training you how to sight your sidearm, and that's it's not called the tack lock, but it's called something, and it's supposed to be the most tactically efficient close quarters sight for your weapon. Yeah, and that's I don't know because I've never used it. No one's ever taught me how to use it, but from what experts have said, when you're maneuvering through tight spaces or urban combat, that you need to carry your weapon that way because it allows you a better sight picture and it allows you to line your sight up better with your eye. And my whole problem. Go ahead.
Well, I was telling Sarah, we'd watch some cop shows and like they always got the weapons up to their chest. She was like, "Why do they do that?" I was like, "So you can still get them away if you have to, because you can't. If they come up to you, you can't pull your rifle out, and you got to get them away and then pull it out and shoot."
That's the alert stance. Since the military calls the alert stance is when you have it up high, and then the ready stance is when you're ready to pull the trigger and it's up by your shoulder. Yeah, it's all about being the most. What's the word? That your assets that you're going to use are the most readily available. So what stance do you have to make your weapon easiest to pull up and shoot somebody, and then back down to where you don't have to shoot anyone anymore? Yeah, that's what it's all about. Anyway, when it comes to guns, I mean. I think everybody should carry, but then that also concerns me because not everybody is properly trained and equipped for how to use those weapons. And yeah, it's your right to carry a gun, but if I'm going to be running around town and you pull that bitch out and you just start fucking wailing on somebody and you're hitting the broadside of a barn, I'm going to do something to take that fucking thing away from you so you don't kill me or somebody I know.
One of the problems you risk with going back to like to the Wild West days where there's a gun on every hip.
Yeah.
Not everybody has access to firearms. I mean, they're kind of expensive. I mean, I know like you can get a cheap one for $150, but some people don't have $150. So
Right.
you're going to have all these homeless people that they don't have a means to defend themselves. And if some teenagers are going around with their guns, flashing them and shit, and they may not mean to kill you, but if they pull out their fucking, their firearms, that could be some scary shit if you're just a bum sleeping on the side of the road and some kid walks up to you. And,
Yep. Or you're an off-duty cop. And so what do? You immediately pull your weapon and kill that motherfucker. And it's like, oh, God, this cop just shot a kid. Well, he was pointing a fucking gun at me.
Yeah, the whole police shooting things, man, it's always fucking messy because it's like, you got to put yourself in their situation. But the problem is it's their decisions result in somebody's life ending, and that's the shitty part about it, because once you've done it, it's done, and if you don't do it and they do have something like because you could walk up somebody and you're like license and registration and they take one of those little knives and jam it right in your fucking throat and there's nothing you can do about it.
That's it. Yeah.
And if you hesitate because you're like, maybe it's a pencil. And so you don't do anything. And it is a pencil, but they still jab it in there fucking anyways. I mean, you're fucked, so you just sit there and bleeding out and shit. And, you gotta, it's a tough call, man. A lot of people, they always get on this thing about somebody being unarmed. He was unarmed. He was unarmed. He was unarmed. There's men that can kill other men unarmed.
Yeah.
I mean,
anybody can kill a person with a thumb. All it takes is this right here.
Yeah. I mean, if you
push hard enough, they're dead.
If you're standing in your car and a cop comes up and you go, pow, like right in the fucking neck, he's going to come back. Unless
it's like 300 pounds of solid muscle. Because
even then.
There's that movie with Jet Li where he tried to fight that big motherfucker that used to be in the WWF back when it was the WWF. He hit him with his hand, and his hand just kind of crumpled off of his neck. Because that dude was so fucking huge. But I mean, that's so uncommon. So what you're saying is pretty valid. If you know how to use the bridge of your hand and where to put it on the neck and how hard to hit it, yeah, you can really fuck someone's day up. Yeah, I'm not about that because these bones are too easy to crack, and that fucking hurt you just as much as it hurt them. You're trying, and like the other dude has trouble breathing, but now you broke your fucking finger.
The problem is if the attack doesn't work and you like just hit them in their cheek or some shit.
Hey man, you poked my eye.
So, man, I was doing a family visit last weekend. And they were having, that was 2 weekends ago. And part of the activities that the dad had planned for the boys was Nerf wars. And this is fucking going to go bad. And he's like, no shooting in the face. And like this one kid is just shooting everybody in the fucking face. Doesn't give a shit. Like he's waving the Nerf gun. Like he waved it by me a couple times. I was like, motherfucker, if you pull that trigger, I'm taking that gun out your damn hand and shooting you in your ass with it.
I'm taking you to fucking foster care.
his dad's like, come on, man, stop shooting him in the face. I'm like, one time the kid shot the dad in the face, and it like the dart hit his cheek and it stuck, and it just wobbled. It was like, the look of disappointment, like,
come on, man.
I told you not to shoot anybody in the face, and like, it's just dangling off of his cheek. And then right before we were getting ready to go, like the visit was almost done. We only had like 3 minutes left. The kid's laying down on the ground and does like a roll, like a John Wick roll. And he points to get and bam, and like it goes right into his dad's eye. And he's like, ah! he's walking around with his hand on his eye. And he's like, I told you not to shoot anybody in the face. We're not doing it again.
Give me that damn thing.
And this guy's like so mellow, man. He's super chill. And
I told you not to shoot.
Just went 0 to 60 in a fucking 100 seconds, man. Fuck. So I was talking to this lady at work, and sometimes she can get a little high strung. It's one of my employees. Sometimes she can get super emotional, and like when she starts going, she just doesn't stop, and it's like, oh, please shut the fuck up. But and she had asked me, she's like, "You think people think I talk too much?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sometimes you fucking do."
What did you
Anyway,
actually? What did you actually say? What did you actually say?
no, I don't think. No, you're fine. I value the input. We need diverse discussion. We need different perspectives.
That's not
So
what you wanted.
thank you for sharing your experience. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, like anytime she starts going, I'm like, please don't go down a fucking road where I have to shut you down, because I've had to shut her down before. I've had to say, yeah, we're not going to talk about that this time. We'll go into it next time.
You don't go into it next time.
We don't ever touch it again. Well, she was telling you, I guess she and her husband had some problems, had some marital disputes. They've been married since they were teenagers, so for like 20 something years. And the kid's already grown up, moved off to college and all that stuff. And she was saying that she used to be a bitch to him, like back in the day. And I was like, well, what do you mean, like a bitch? And she said, like, I'd come home and he'd be cooking dinner and I'd be like, you're so stupid. You couldn't cook that right. You burnt it. You burnt the stew. What's wrong with you? You can't do anything right. And she said that she would call him like a faggot. It's like, you faggot? Why can't you do it? You're not a man. You're just a fag. You don't do anything manly. And you know, of course, it drives the guy away to where he's like infidelity and shit. And I guess she cheated on him too. But she said the last time they said that they had forgiven each other and moved past it, but then something happened again where it was him and another woman. And she said so when she found out, she said she walked out into the living room and went, ah! And like grabbed the fucking painting and threw it across the room. Like they had this big old fucking painting and she just chunked it. And like, I'm a dumbass, so I'm sitting there fucking laughing the whole time she's telling me that. When she comes out, she's like, ah! I was like, ha ha. You know, I told her, I was like, if Sarah ever did that kind of shit to me, she'd have to go get her gun and kill me because I'd be laughing my fucking ass off. I'd be laying on the ground laughing. And she'd go get her little 358 and just bam, 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 5 rounds right into my chest because I wouldn't stop fucking laughing.
Ah!
Yeah. And she went that nuts. Anytime, and that's my problem. Anytime somebody gets mad, I can't help but fucking laugh. Unless they're mad, like,
I know you can't. I fucking know.
unless it's like real mad, like you can tell when it's like real mad, like
yeah,
shit's about to happen. But
you still laugh.
That's very rare. But the rest of the time, when people are like, "Damn it," like I was at a party one time with Eddie, and the guy that was running the party, he got on to us because the way we were acting. And it's like, y'all stop acting like that. I spent good money. And like, I'm fucking just bawling laughing, man. Like I got tears coming out from my eyes. And he was so fucking pissed. And like, I just don't help it at all, man. So the game is just funny. And I'm like, yeah.
I got 2 stories for that. One, this lady I used to work with, she was in her 50s. And we were putting something away in one of the closets where we were storing things. And she turned just right and it hurt her. And she's like, ah. And she literally did that. She said, oh, there's a twinge in my back. And I said, a twinge. I was useless for like 5 minutes because I couldn't stop laughing. This fucking woman's in pain over here. And I'm just losing my shit. And there was oh God, there was another one where somebody got fucking pissed and me laughing didn't help it at all. Okay. It was my old manager out at the movie theater. His name's Matt. Matt, I had walked down to the break room and Matt was in the office counting the money with somebody. And I went down into the break room because I knew somebody was going to be coming in there. I was going to scare the shit out of them. And I did. Well, the way I scared them was I said, ah! The problem is that traveled all the way down the hallway and it scared the people in the fucking office. So they all jumped a little bit. And I came into the office later and he's like, why were you out there screaming like a fucking banshee? And then all I could think of was him jumping in there when he heard it. So I start fucking laughing. He's like, stop laughing. Why are you laughing? What's funny? So he starts laughing because I'm laughing.
Yeah.
He had to leave because he really was upset about that. I scared the shit out of him.
Yep. That's bad, man.
But I couldn't help it, man. It was too fucking funny.
I got this lady that works in my office, and I moved her beside. She works right beside me. I did that on purpose because she's fucking crazy. And like sometimes she'll fucking go off on her people. Why are you here? Nobody called you. And like I'll just fucking just start I'll just start laughing, man. I can't fucking help it. Like I have to go shut the damn door, or like go hide or something. Like I lose my breath because I'm just fucking laughing. Like she gets so fucking mad, and it gets petty. It's petty real quick. I think that shit's so. Yeah, I told my boss today for Halloween I was going to go to work looking like Michael Douglas and falling down. I was going to get my hair all straightened and have like a little shirt. And he was like, no, don't do that. Because he ended up killing a lot of people. And I'm like, jeez, man, no fucking fun. Shit.
He killed a bunch of people. He fucking shot an Uzi up in a restaurant.
Nobody's going to know what it fucking means. Nobody watched that damn movie.
But yeah, so why do it then?
Inside joke. I like inside jokes.
Yeah, I know you do. Oh shit, man!
It'll just show the frustration. Like I'll walk in and I'll be like, "You didn't do your paperwork? Is that what you call filing?"
There's no signature on this document. So let me tell you.
Just fucking go nuts, man.
Just shaking a little bit. You got to sign your forms, or else I don't know who fucking did them.
They really didn't need to get those fucking forms signed. That shit gets old. Did you watch the? You remember the Chappelle show?
Yeah.
The Keeping It Real bits. Keeping It Real goes bad. There was one I was watching the other day, and it's like this guy. He's like he's a business worker. He's like the first kid in his family to go to college. He gets this great job.
I tagged you in that. I tagged you in it, man.
And, and like he's sitting there in the boardroom, and the guy's like, "What did he say?" He like give him a high five or something. Like, "What's up, man?" Or "You got
my man, give me some skin."
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, don't you do that to me no more." Wu-Tang. And like
we done came up. We ain't about that life no more. I don't give a fuck what y'all got to say. I'm sitting the fuck down. You go nowhere. We dogs up in here. Arr, arr.
It cuts to him like in a park or some shit, and he's like, and now he's homeless or some bullshit. Like he's got minimum wage.
He lost everything because keeping it real went wrong.
I keep it real.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah. Have you ever done that in the job? Have you ever went and did that?
I lost my cool a couple of times over at that fucking production company when I was working at the warehouse.
Did you ever do like that though? Did you ever say fuck y'all and then walk out?
Yeah. Yeah, the day that I gave my notice, well, the day before, I took the day before off because I got super pissed, and I came back in the next day. I was like, thank you for not firing me because of that scene that I caused, but I need to give you notice because I can't keep doing this. So what happened was this. We had a very complicated job, and it had a very short time window for it to get completed and sent to the customer. This is the type of motor that provides something critical for those that need it, water power. So the water from this motor gave them electricity. Well, it's not water from the motor. Anyway, so it had a huge top piece and a huge bottom piece. The only thing I can think of is like, dude, I'm going to spend 12 hours getting this thing to be structurally sound to where it doesn't shake, because that was part of my job. Excuse me. And so the whole part of my day is getting ready to get this thing put together and set on my test pad and test run so I could go get painted and go to the customer and it'll be done. We get paid. So we have this little meeting in the shop, and it's about some bullshit. And I go to work on this motor, and one of the mechanics says, hey, we don't have all the parts we need for that. And I said, oh, okay, well, what parts are you missing? He's like, I'll tell you after the meeting. I said, okay. Well, we have the meeting, and then he leaves, and he doesn't tell me what we're missing. And so I go to my boss. I was like, hey, all right, to speed things up, I'm going to start pouring oil in that so that it's ready. We don't have to move it back and forth. It can stay here. We can put it on the test pad. We can test run it, and the oil will already be poured. Because cooling oil can take like 4 hours. It can take 4 to 5 hours if the setup is like that. Anyway, so I start getting ready to pour it, and I'm like, my gauge keeps on telling me that I'm like a third of the way full. It should be half full by now. Well, there's got to be a leak. Well, where's the fucking leak? So I start looking around for it, and I see a fucking leak on the floor. The oil's been leaking out of it. Why the fuck isn't it leaking out of it? Because it doesn't have all the fucking parts it needs. It needs a plug to go in that hole so that the fucking oil doesn't leak out of it that I'm fucking pouring into it. So it fucking leaked oil because somebody didn't fucking put everything together. And I was told by my fucking managers that this was ready to go and we need to get it fucking done. So what did I do? I spent fucking 3 hours cleaning up a fucking mess. And then what happened? The customer came fucking down and said, we don't even need this for another fucking 30 days. So all that fucking work I did was for fucking nothing. We wasted all that fucking oil that cost like $100 for a fucking 10-gallon drum. Ugh. That's when I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. And the production manager, no, the plant manager and the production manager sat me down for like an hour and was like, you know, we don't mean to do this to you guys, but when customers send us this sort of communication, we can't do anything about that. If they say that, then that's what we got to work with. And I'm like, well, my problem's not with you then. It's with this type of work. It's the way that y'all have structured contracts and agreements. It makes us pay the price. You get to go home to your family at 5 p.m., 6 p.m. I'll be up here till 10, 11 o'clock at night working on that fucking shit. Anyway.
That's what you told him?
Yeah, well, I told Felipe that. I said, you know, I can't do 15, 16-hour shifts 3 days in a row just to have something sit in the fucking warehouse for a week and then go to the customer. Why the fuck did I do it for 3 days for it to sit in a fucking warehouse? Oh, because we don't need to be able to, or we're not able to send that out right now. It's got to go with another unit. Are you fucking kidding me? Ah.
So what you're saying is you're glad you don't work there no more.
Yeah, I pulled my fucking hair out. I literally grabbed fistfuls of hair and pulled it out of my head because that job was so aggravating. It's just so aggravating. The people that were in the administration office, and you got guys working at that place that have been there for 30-something years, were always talking about how administrators never considered the mechanic. They always chased the dollar. It was all about the dollar. And you know, the fucking CEO this year, before my friend ended up getting fired from there, he told me that their CEO bought a $100,000 yacht, and they still don't give out Christmas bonuses.
Oh, but why does it mean you don't need the yacht though?
Really? You gonna go there?
He wants the yacht. Why can't he get a yacht?
Because it's your employees' work that gets you that fucking yacht. If you didn't have contracts awarded to you because of the quality of work of your mechanics, which I know for a fact because I worked there, then you wouldn't be buying that $100,000 yacht.
They're free to start their own business.
Yeah. Well, no, not the copper winders. The copper guys, they're all cheap labor because they're immigrants. Some of them don't have high school degrees. I'm sorry, diplomas. Some of them are.
They can go to a GED program, an ESL program.
Yeah, they could. They could, but they won't.
Then he's going to get a fucking yacht, and then he's just going to have to.
And that's why I don't work there no more. And there was one day, and so that company I worked for, they need the copper guys. The copper, they make $6,000 a week pulling copper out of old units and selling them and selling the copper to be reused and recycled. And they need those guys to work on that shit because they'll do it for $18, $19, $20 an hour. They can hire outside, they can third party source it. And those guys not only make $28 an hour, they also get a per diem and mileage for their vehicles and a hotel. So they need these guys for $18, $19, $20 an hour to work these jobs. And they tried to fucking flex their administration on them and say, oh, you guys don't want to work here? Well, then you can all fucking go home and get fired. Well, they came back like a couple hours later and was like, no, we can't do that because if we fire them, then the whole fucking place shuts down. So they backtracked real quick after that threat. But you know, it's just a lot of pride and a lot of posturing going on there that I just couldn't keep. It all came into this big pot of shit that I got tired of smelling. So I left, especially after getting my hand burned. Dude, if that fucking fire blast had hit me in the face, I'd be dead. It would have killed me.
Yeah. At least you're out now.
Yay! Got a nice little scar to remind me of the jackassery.
That Eminem video you sent me, I wasn't that impressed with it.
That's not why it's not why I sent it to you. I sent it to you because the guy that's playing Eminem, he's like all over the place with his head like a fucking bird.
I think Eminem's past his prime. I think his days are done.
I don't think so. I think that was some of the best lyrics that he's strung together in a long time.
It's not as good as it was 20 years ago.
Coming out.
The shit he was doing 20 years ago is way better.
Why? Was it more sensational?
I don't know. It was just better. It flowed better. It's funny.
I'm gonna see if I can look up some lyrics real quick. Motherfucking, here we go. Criminal, Eminem lyrics. Here we go. Because we were talking about how, you know, his lyrics in modern times will get him fucking crucified. And these are some of his lyrics. This is from Criminal. My words are like a dagger with a jagged edge that'll stab you in the head, whether you're a fag or les, or the homosex or math or a trans or vest, pants or dressed, hate fags, the answer's yes.
I mean, it's pretty fucked up, right?
Yeah. Homophobic? Nah, you're just heterophobic. Staring at my jeans, watching my genitals bulge, and those are my motherfucking balls. You better let go of them. They belong in my scrotum. You'll never get hold of them. Ha ha!
Yeah, God. So he was talking some shit, man.
Yeah,
well,
it was.
We've hit an hour, boy.
Yeah, it's too bad John or Daniel didn't show. I guess when's the resolution? Tell the audience when the resolution is going to be, because that's a big one.
We're shooting for Friday.
Next Friday, next special guest Friday, we'll have some very special guests and a very special episode of the Big Beefin' Show. So please tune in next Friday. It's going to be I guarantee you, if you're listening right now, you do not want to miss this one. I'm telling everybody I can about it just because I know it's going to be great.
Yep. All right, boy. I guess we'll do this again on Monday.
See you then. Oh, don't forget your 1-star review on Tuesday. Don't forget that shit.
We're at Big Beefin', at Big Beefin' on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Join us there, Aaron. You don't do your podcast anymore, do you?
I do it every once in a while.
Yes. So no, not really.
I do, but every once in a while, like I said.
Hit us up at Big Beefin'. Big Beefin'. We're on YouTube. We got our puppet shows up.